Hello everyone, I'm forecaster Jack Sillin here to discuss the major flooding threat posed by this tropical disturbance 91L. It's not expected to develop into any sort of tropical cyclone as it continues moving off to the north and then northeast, but we are expecting some major flooding rains from this, especially across parts of Houston and the surrounding parts of southeastern Texas today, and then into the rest of the deep south and the southeast as we head into the next several days. This boundary you can see here, there's a deep tropical moisture in and around the Gulf of Mexico, some drier air working in off the Mexican desert, and the boundary between the two air masses will help to focus persistent shower and thunderstorm activity that we're already seeing beginning here in Houston this morning. This is a look at Houston's HD radar imagery. You can see persistent areas of heavy rain. This is all very heavy rain. Some pockets a little bit heavier than others, but the broader message is that this is a torrential down. These are torrential downpours, and they will be continuing through the rest of the day and into tonight. So major flash flooding possible here, especially in these areas that are already picking up some very, very heavy rain. You can see more rain is lurking off to the south in the Gulf of Mexico, ready to move onshore in the next several hours. In terms of the larger scale forecast, here's what we're looking at in the upper levels. This is for 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central tonight. You can see this upper level low here moving across parts of southeastern New Mexico into northwestern Texas. That's going to help to focus the upward motion here. 91L is barely visible as a sort of riffle in the flow here, but as its moisture interacts with this trough over the next several days, we're going to see lots of heavy rain, despite the fact that the system is not expected to intensify. That upper level low will move towards the east and then stall out as this ridge builds across parts of southeastern Canada. It has nowhere to go up and out, so it's going to stay here for several days, dropping heavy rain before it finally gets picked up by the next trough, maybe a week or so from today. The precipitable water maps do a great job of showing the moisture content, which is exactly what they show. Here's the moisture from 91L. You can see it, this little pocket of red moving from Texas today, out into Louisiana, Mississippi tomorrow, and then off into parts of the rest of the southeast by the time we get to Friday and Saturday. And then you can see this pocket, this just envelope of very deep tropical moisture lingering for several days before it finally gets swept out by the next cold front. In terms of the precipitation, you can see that this is exactly what we're expecting here, this area of persistent heavy rain lingering over the same areas that you have that deep tropical moisture and then that upper level low overhead to help squeeze some of that moisture out in the form of rain. How much total rain are we talking about? Well, in the next 7 days or so, you can see the system moving here from Houston off to the east and then northeast. Several inches of rain, especially for areas that see that persistent training of thunderstorm activity, where thunderstorms move over the same areas repeatedly. You could see up to 6, 8, 10 inches of rain. Also, that's going to apply to parts of the southeast, especially in the mountains here, where you get a little bit of enhancement in the precipitation from upward motion due to the mountains. But even if you are not in that area where the absolute highest totals are going to be found, you're still looking at a good 3 to 6 inches of rain across much of this area. Some spots will see less if thunderstorms sort of persistently avoid that particular spot. But the general idea is that we're looking for 2, 3, 4 inches of rain, 5 inches of rain across much of this area, and then localized pockets of much higher rainfall totals. And again, this is going to happen over the course of the next several days. But any one of these storms, given the deep tropical moisture, could drop several inches of rain in a very short period of time, which means that we're also looking for flash flooding to be a concern. So that should do it for my discussion today. If you're in these areas, make sure you're taking flooding precautions. If your house or if your home or business or part of your commute route is typically floods in a high water situation, you're going to be looking to make arrangements to mitigate the impact of that over the next few days. And be sure to heed the advice of any local officials as telling you to evacuate or to avoid flooded roads. Remember not to drive through flooded roads. We keep saying that, and hopefully it'll stick someday. In any case, thanks for watching this video. Have a good weekend, and try your best to stay dry if you're in the path of this very wet storm system. Thanks for watching.